Happy New Year. The idea is for me, is to find ways to become present in my own biological framework here. I have a mental framework built up, a cognitive framework that I can sit back on, but it's only way it becomes, at least to me, potent. In other words, it has value, coherence in this form. This is when I set it in my body. And then I go through the process. Set the navel, first of all. Set your breath with the navel. Involve the breath in the mind, inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam, inhaling the idea of truth, whatever that might possibly vibrate with, at least looking for that. That's the focal point, truth. Setting the breath back into my body, letting it fill my body. Long and deep. And I'm allowing it to feel, first of all, in my muscular system, and then I can feel it in my nervous system, kind of an electrical system. Then I let this energy kind of moves through in waves my body. I visualize it like moving in this figure 8 cycle up and around my spine, and I let that move subtly through my body. And I let my body respond to it as it needs to. It can, most of the time, it doesn't need to do too much at all. I can just sit into it. But sometimes, I exaggerate it just to really get a stretch in some of these muscles. I'm biological, psychological construct here. That's all this is, And at this present point in time, trying to formulate a pathway to communicate to itself, and in a way of overall positivity and grace. There's been that vision granted. So back to the breath. Fall back into that. It's almost a semi-hypnotic trance state you place yourself into here. And you've got to find the biological balance to sustain that trance state. Otherwise, you'll either wake up or you'll just fall asleep. That's why all of the yoga, all of the practice is important, so you can sit peacefully within yourself without having to fall out of this sublime state of consciousness. That's the purpose of it. Don't forget that. Health and elasticity are the natural byproducts of it, because you learn to listen to the cellular structure of who you are as well as the psychological structure, and you tie it together. The secret, one of the secrets, or a secret, would be to come into focus for yourself, to yourself. That's all you have to do, is come into focus to yourself and inhabit this body as a presence of consciousness. Pretend like this is your learning about your body. You're observing these trillions of cells, and you can conceptually somehow kind of get a feeling for it, but now you're trying to experience it. And you experience it on electromagnetic fields, you experience it on muscular, and then, of course, the whole psychological matrix that we're trying to find ways to explore this coherently, gracefully, supportively. It is a heart-centered endeavor here. there is the idea that none of us, until we all get it, we're in this together as a environmental consciousness on this planet right now in this manifestation. It seems that way, doesn't it? So the idea is to find ways to talk to ourselves, be happy with ourselves, and inspire ourselves, because it is an infinite universe and we shouldn't be bored. This is really kind of interesting if you get into it. And we should inspire each other to really inquire within here and just see how deep you can go. Okay? So now, Happy New Year.